Hey everybody, I'm Adam Wurtzel. Now normally you'd see me behind a podium asking contestants questions on Eastern Expedition, but today, no, now it is summer, or at least it's summer when we're taping this, and I'm here in my home of Long Island, New York to bring you Island Expedition, and on our show today, we're going to show you guys all the places you can go right across the Long Island Sound for fun, excitement, thrills, some good food, and hey, I'm even going to be going around Long Island asking some people some trivia questions because apparently they won't let me host a show without asking a question. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get this show started. I gotta tell you, I still can't believe how many people are here, and this is only one of the many fields here at Jones Beach. But why do people pick this beach over others? Not sure, because there are many other beaches on Long Island. Let's talk to some people and find out why they come to Jones Beach.
And the water is very good.
We're from Arizona.
Really?
We don't get to the beach very often. We're very sheltered people. And once in a while when they let us out, we come to the beach and it's nice. We come to New York just to go to the beach.
But he's getting on an airplane with a suntan, a Long Island suntan, which has kept people coming to Jones Beach for 75 years. It all started back in the 1920s as a park created for people living in Manhattan to get an escape from their normal rush. But as the years went on and Long Island became more and more populated, islanders flocked to Wantagh to enjoy some fun in the sun. And today, Jones Beach isn't only one of the best beaches on Long Island, it's world-renowned. First of all, where are you guys from?
Liverpool.
Liverpool, England.
It's fun, there's lots to do, and there's lots of women around.
Yes, I will agree with the English chap that the ladies are one of the better parts of coming to the beach. But it's not just a bunch of sand, water, and women that has people coming to Jones.
I like the amphitheater, which has pretty cool concerts.
And if you come right across the Sound to the Big LI, you could be one of the 15,200 people to see some of the hottest bands. And for more information about Jones Beach, log on to their website. It's www.jonesbeach.com. And that man did not lie. The concerts are incredible here. Right now I'm standing in front of the Tommy Hilfiger Jones Beach Theater where many famous acts have come to show Long Island what they have to offer. Alanis Morissette was here, Mark Anthony, Kiss, can't believe I just did that. Howie Day was here. Speaking of Howie Day, I think that right now is the perfect time of day to go grab some lunch, Long Island cuisine when we come back. Don't go away. Up next, it might be small, but it sure tastes great, Maryville Diner. And later on, get set to get wet at Splish Splash. And we're back with more of the expedition. Now, if you're hungry, then you're gonna love this segment. Why? Because it's about food. Now, this is Maryville, one of the most famous and smallest diners on Long Island. But the size of this place does not stop people from coming here. My family has come here for generations. It's not only good eating, it's history. The year was 1949. Harry Truman had recently unveiled his fair deal. Israel was admitted to the United Nations, and in Merrick, Long Island, a gold mine was created.
My godparents started it in 1949. Mary and Bill, that's the original Mary. And originally they had gone to California to open up the place, and they changed their mind. They came back here, and they opened up the diner. And it's been passed down.
For over 27 years, Mary and Nick Kokos have been mom and dad to many hungry customers.
It has the best family atmosphere I've ever seen. Mary is not just the cook here. Mary is a person, and Nick, her husband, who takes care of their customers.
As good a place as you can find. People are very nice, food is good, service is impeccable.
They produce the best food around in this area.
And why else is Maryville number one? Well, she'll make you whatever you want. Feel like an overstuffed sandwich? Why not? Mary will have it ready in minutes. By now, I'm sure you've already figured out the food here is excellent. But when we talked to the owner herself, success wasn't the only reason why she enjoys preparing food.
You know, watching all the kids grow, everybody going through their things. Knowing, like you, knowing your mother, your grandmother, way before you were born. And, you know, seeing the generations come up.
And I'm not the only person who's grown up with Maryville. So many more people are longtime customers.
Been coming here for years, as well as the family, and this is the place we come when we want a good breakfast or lunch.
So it's recap time. You come to Maryville for a good number of years, and what do you get?
Best family atmosphere.
Service is impeccable.
Best food around in this area.
Maryville is located right off Sunrise Highway on Merrick Avenue. And for more information on Maryville, give them a call at 516-378-9715. So that was Maryville, a place that sure did have a lot of history. So mamma mia, the next place is more than a pizzeria. That's my bad American Italian for now we're going to Domenico's. Follow me. So now our journey takes us to Long Island, Italy. Here at Domenico's restaurant, customers have been enjoying traditional and very good Italian food since 1968. It's my personal favorite restaurant. I love this place. Now it might look small from the outside, but just wait until you see the inside. It started off like any old New York pizzeria, but keep walking back and you'll find 4 different dining rooms, each with its own unique ambiance of Italy. And on a Saturday or Sunday, this place can get pretty packed.
It was started in 1968, in June 1968. Just a small place with the typical dish with the pizza and the Italian dishes. But the guests have been increased on seating capacity.
So something that just started out as a small Levittown, Long Island business became one of the most delicious Italian restaurants in New York. But master chefs can't be the only thing customers like about Domenico's.
And that smile when you walk in. They always, and everybody here that seems to work here, seems to smiling at you all the time.
And as longtime Domenico's waiter Nixon Hernandez says, it's a joint effort.
The food is great over here, and we try to do a great service also for the customers to have them come back.
Domenico's is most definitely the restaurant to visit if you're looking for friendly service, a fancy decor, and of course, great food. And there are so many different popular dishes to choose from.
We got many popular dishes. We got some pasta, which is rigatoni alla vacca, 1. Okay. Tortellino alfredo, 2. Lasagna, homemade lasagna, 3. Also, we got some seafood, shrimp calabrese with the special recipe from Italy. We got some scallopini, veal scallopini marsala, chicken francese. We got many different kind of dishes, and everything is cooked at the order.
Domenico's is located on Hempstead Turnpike in my hometown of Levittown. And for more information, you can give them a call. Their number is 516-735-5535. So this talk about food makes me hungry. This right here is the chicken parmesan, and it is very, very popular and good. If you guys are still hungry, we're going to take you to an incredible ice cream place in the East End. Let's go to Snowflake. So now we're here at Snowflake. Now there aren't too many people out there that don't enjoy ice cream, so the majority of you are really going to like this segment. It's too bad you guys at home don't have taste-o-vision, because I got to tell you, this stuff is beyond belief. You've never tried homemade ice cream until you've had it right here at Snowflake. Snowflake is constantly changing the way people eat their ice cream. Why, you ask? Well, for one,
we make the hokey pokey, break it into little tiny pieces, and swirl it through vanilla ice cream.
Huh? Well, for those of you that are confused, hokey pokey actually originated from a New Zealand treat. But what do all the customers think of these crazy concoctions?
I've tried them all. Very good.
But how did this store with such amazing variety get its start?
We were both working in Manhattan. We were both working in the Wall Street, and we decided we didn't like the pace of that life, and we wanted to come out here, and we found this as a business to buy.
Snowflake's been here since 1953. We bought it from the original owners. They were here for 35 years, and we're in our 16th year. We're still pretty much using the recipes back from the early 50s. We're trying not to change as much as we can.
And keeping the tradition is Snowflake's resident ice cream maker, Kevin Moore. Once the raw ingredients are poured in, it's time to add some flavor.
We let it out of the machine.
Okay.
Work it around a little so I can get chips in.
So
and
how
now
does this all start? Like, what did you first use to put
First we use mix, a little bit of egg base, and flavoring, the mint flavor. This is mint chocolate chip we're making.
Right.
So we use the mint flavor.
So you put layers of the chocolate.
Right, this way everybody, it's consistent throughout.
And since the 50s, Snowflake has made tons of ice cream cravers live more on the sweet side. And don't think Snowflake hasn't been recognized for all they've done for Long Island. They've made the headlines in local newspapers and even on Food Network. Well, congratulations, Snowflake. Now you've made it on 2 networks. And for customers, it's obvious why they've been recognized so much.
It's the creamiest ice cream on the face of the earth.
The quality of the ice cream is always consistent, very reliable. It's a good treat, a little guilty pleasure.
Now, until this past year, Snowflake was a treat only available at certain times of the year. But now, that's not the case.
It's real intense in the summer. This is our first winter that we put heat in the building. It used to close up in the winters, but Long Island's different. A lot of people are coming out east, in the winters now. There's a lot more things to do out here. And it's about time, we came up with the times.
If you're interested in trying out Snowflake's incredible delectable desires, log on to their website at www.snowflakelongisland.com. So I gotta tell you guys, all this talk about ice cream makes me hungry. I wanna try it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, let's see how this is. This thing is huge. I'm excited about this, folks. Wow. This is amazing, guys. Oh my God. Hey guys, stay tuned. Thrills, chills, and animals, it's all coming up next on Island Expedition. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. This is amazing stuff. When we come back, it's time for some fun at Adventureland. And later on in the show, we will take you flying at the Cradle of Aviation Museum. Welcome back to Island Expedition. I'm standing in the heart of one of the most fun-filled places on Long Island. The kids love it, parents don't mind it, and hey, sometimes you can even see a big group of friends running to one of the rides. This is Long Island's amusement park. Welcome to Adventureland. For over 40 years, Adventureland has been a fun-filled favorite on Long Island. There are many rides.
This roller coaster right here.
Games. And of course, fun for the whole family.
My son is having a great time. He's 13. So it's offering me a lot of freedom and just enjoying the day.
Built by Al Cohen in 1962, this Long Island landmark has attracted millions of customers, even people from out of town.
We're here visiting from Boston, and we're here for a birthday party. It's a great time.
And helping to make it all run smoothly is longtime Adventureland manager Steve Gentili, who says while all the rides are fun, some just stand out from the rest.
The ride behind us right here, the Adventure Falls log flume, was put in about 3 years ago. It replaced our mini golf, Treasure Island mini golf, and this ride just one of the more popular rides in the park, along with the top stand down at the other end of the park and our expansive Kittyland area is just one of the 3 major things in the park.
Don't feel like waiting on lines, eh? Well, then it might be a good idea to stop by those attractions at the beginning of your day. For directions, attractions, and all sorts of information, log on to their website. It's www.adventureland.us. And speaking of attractions, it's time for an expedition exercise! Okay, we're standing in front of one of the most popular games here at Adventureland, and we're turning it into an expedition exercise today, and there are 2 reasons why you're never going to see this on Eastern Expedition. 1, because our studio is the size of a shoebox, and 2, because we don't have these lovely ropes behind me. I will explain it all to you guys at home in a second, but first let's meet our 2 expedition exercise challengers. You, sir, how you doing? What's your name?
Good. Scott.
Scott, where are you from?
Islip Terrace.
I'm sorry?
Islip Terrace.
Okay, very cool. You ready to play this thing? All right, let's see how you do. And your opponent over here, what's your name?
Deanna.
Deanna, where are you from?
East Islip.
East Islip. Do you guys know each other?
Yeah.
How do you guys know each other?
We're going out.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. Are you guys in high school or?
Yeah, 9th grade.
Wonderful. All right, here's how this is going to work. As you can see behind me, we have these 2 ropes. Now, all you have to do to win this expedition exercise is climb up the rope as quick as you can. Once your bottom feet or both of your feet touch that red bar right there, you've won the expedition exercise. Now, remember, you got to go as fast as you can, but slow and steady wins the race because these ropes have a tendency to flip and, do all kinds of crazy things. And if your feet happen to touch the ground, you got to go all the way back to the beginning and start again. First player to make it all the way up there will win a very lovely prize. You guys understand what you have to do?
Yep.
You understand, Scott? Yep. All right, take your position. Take your position. No time limit on this thing. As quick as you can, our lovely spotters will be helping you out. Are you guys ready? He's getting up there. All right, crowd in the park, if you could hear me, cheer him on. Here we go. On your mark. Get set. Go! Here we go. Oh, get back all the way from the beginning, all the way back. And she's down. Deanna's down. Scott is up there for the second time. Touch it, and no, you got to come all the way back. The feet have to be touching. And she's down. This is harder than it looks, folks. Harder than it looks. Here we go. I'm trying to keep my balance up here. Slow. I think Scott might have it. Hold on. Oh, keep going. We need a winner now. I don't know if the camera just caught me falling down. We need a winner now. Okay. All right, if she falls down, keep going. Okay, the next one, the first person to touch that red bar will win this. The first person to touch that, Scott touched it, Scott's the winner. Oh my God. Scott, stop. Come on over here. How are you feeling? You just won.
Pretty good.
We have a great prize for you. We have a lovely Looney Tunes character for you. How do you feel?
Great.
Your opponent and your date, obviously, over here. How do you feel?
Like a loser.
Like a loser, but you're out of breath. Hey guys, thank you so much for playing. Hey, when we come back, or no, right now actually, we're heading over to Splish Splash, another great part of Long Island. Hey, it's really cool literally because it's a water park. Come on over and follow me. I'm glad you guys followed me, because if you didn't, you would not be able to check out these awesome rides behind me. Here at Splish Splash Water Park, there are so many rides you can check out, and we even have a new one for the 2004 season, which we're going to check out in a second. So if you guys are ready, on your mark, get set, get wet. Well, by now, you can already tell Long Island has tons to offer, but Splish Splash has been soaking up Long Islanders for over a decade. Created by Chip Cleary in 1991, this beautiful park in the middle of a forest continues to stay fresh year after year, with new thrills and even more excitement every year. The Dragon's Den is this summer's newest attraction. The ride has park guests shooting down a slide, descending into a misty dragon's lair, which is sort of like a toilet bowl. With tons of spitting, sliding, twisting, and turning, this attraction is sure to be a park magnet. While the new rides are popular, so are the classic attractions like the family favorite Mammoth River. But everyone seems to have their pick for the best attraction.
Probably cliff diver.
You go in the tube and you slide down, it goes really fast.
Barrier Reef, you name it, we got it all. The lazy river, which is very nice. A lot of fun. Come on down.
And you can experience the refreshing relaxation that only the lazy river can provide. A nice tranquil glide through an oasis of water is a nice breather from your thrilling day. And longtime manager Bob Amoruso prides the park on its ability to cater to every type of guest.
There's something for families. If you're a little afraid of the 80-foot drop, we have some rides that are a little less thrill-seeking. We have the Abyss, we have the GT, we have Soak City if you just want to come in and sit in a pool and just relax. And of course, everybody always comments on the lazy river.
And for those of you who are eager to come to Long Island to experience this water oasis for yourself, it's easy.
Take the ferry over, take a drive. There's beautiful hotels on Long Island. It's a weekend trip. Visit the wineries, come to Splish Splash, go to the aquarium. We have great restaurants. Everybody wants to take a trip from their home.
That's what I've been saying all along. For more information on Splish Splash, visit their website. It's www.splishsplashlongisland.com. Now, just down the road is another hot spot, but this time we're going under the water. Hey guys, have you ever wondered what life under the water was like? Well, here at Atlantis Marine World, you can find out. And remember back at Jones Beach when I promised you we were going to quiz people? Well, this is the place where we're going to do it. So why don't you follow me and come under the sea as we explore Atlantis Marine World. Want to see some fish? Want to pet some? Want to swim with some? Well, at Atlantis Marine World, you could do all three. In June of 2000, Long Island's #1 educational entertainment facility opened its doors. But when we talked to Atlantis curator Joseph Waiulo, he called it something a bit different.
Here at Atlantis, we like to use the word edutainment.
It's a combination of education and entertainment.
And for the past 4 years, Atlantis' edutainment idea seems to be working well. And here's just an example of what we mean.
The emus.
The emus. Now, what are the emus? Because I don't even know.
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Well, neither do I, so we're in the same boat.
What about the shark?
You like the sharks?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about the sharks. Did you pet anything? Did you touch any animals or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, which animals did you pet?
I petted a starfish. I like the Nemo fish.
The Nemo fish? What do they look like?
The dad.
And just to clarify, if you haven't seen the movie Finding Nemo, here's just what that fish looked like. Now, we already know Atlantis has stars like these, but they aren't the only stars. This isn't all you can find at the marine world. From red-bellied piranhas to the Amazon rainforest, if it's a fish, it could probably be discovered here. And quite recently, Atlantis Marine World has become interactive.
This is our Shark Reef Lagoon here. It's about a 100,000-gallon tank, along with another feeding and touch tank next door there. And we give you the mask and snorkel and a wetsuit, a little bit of a lecture beforehand. And we toss you in the tank with tropical marine fish from around the world, from the Red Sea, from Hawaii, from Indonesia, from the Caribbean. We've got some real friendly stingrays in here. We've got some real friendly little sharks. And it's an exciting time.
So no matter what your view is, there's some great things to see.
Just amazing amount of fish in this place.
It's a great thing to have here on Long Island.
So now it's time to see how the audience of the Sea Lion Show did when I quizzed them on some pop culture questions related to underwater animals. So what's going to happen is I'm going to come up to you and I'm going to ask you a question. Okay? Pop culture question could be related to animals, could be related to anything. And if you get it right, guess what you win? You win absolutely nothing. But you know, we don't really care. It's just for the fun of the game. So who wants to be on the show? Come on, raise your hand. Let's see who I got a woman up here. I got a pretty looking mom up here. I hope she's not a mom. She's gonna kill me. What's your name?
Michelle.
Michelle, where are you from?
Dix Hills.
Dix Hills, Long Island. You happy to be here at Atlantis Marine World?
I am.
Okay, well I have a question for you. Okay, and if you get this question right, you win the benefit of seeing a great sea lion show. How about that?
Good.
All right, now I don't know if you were around in the '60s because you look really young, but
Maybe.
your question has to do with animals and television.
Okay.
There was a dolphin on TV, so popular in the '60s.
Flipper.
And they didn't even have to ask. Flipper is the correct answer. Give her a round of applause. Thank you very much. I have another question about TV related to animals, but I have to ask it to a kid. And let's see, do I have any kids? I see a kid over here. I see a kid kid with his shirt off. He must be sweltering. How you doing?
Good.
What's your name?
Brock.
Brock, where you from?
Dix Hills.
Dix Hills? Is this like the Dix Hills family? You must have like a really extended family or something. All right. Here's your question related to TV and animals. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay, you watch Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
SpongeBob SquarePants. What are his two neighbors?
Squidward and Patrick.
Squidward and Patrick. Kids, is that correct? Yeah. That's correct! Give them a round of applause. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Okay. I have one more question. This is a toughie. I'm going to come down here. I host a game show, so I'm going to ask you guys a question related to a game show. Who watches game shows? Who watches? I see a kid here watching. I see a big game player. You were that guy who won $1 million, right?
Yes.
What's your name?
Isaac.
Isaac. Are you from Dix Hills?
No.
No, thank God he's not. Where are you from?
Glen Cove.
Glen Cove. Sounds good. Are you ready for your question? The mom can help you with the question if she needs help. Now, I don't know if anybody's been watching Jeopardy lately. The season's over, but I don't know if you were watching Jeopardy. But there is one amazing contestant on the show. He's been on for 39 days, and he's still winning. What is his name? You don't know.
Kim.
His name? No helping. No helping. What's your name?
My name's Dave.
Dave, where are you from?
I'm from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Okay, well, we can still ask you the question. Dix Hills? He's not from Dix Hills, but we'll take it. Okay, you know the answer. Jeopardy. What's this incredible contestant's name?
His name's Ken.
Do you know his last name? It doesn't matter. We'll give it to you. Ken Jennings is his name. Ken Jennings. Give him a round of applause. For all the info on Atlantis, you can log on to their website. It's www.atlantismarineworld.com. And when we come back, we'll take you to a place for kids, but everyone is guaranteed to have a good time at the Long Island Children's Museum. And later on in the show, we will take you to a place where you can go back in time. We'll be right back. What's up, guys? Now I'm here at the Long Island Children's Museum's communication station. Let's take a look at the weather. As you can see, some showers moving in, but honestly, guys, I am not that good of a weatherman. You guys know I'm a better game show host. We're here at the Long Island Children's Museum. It's not only a museum, it's 40,000 square feet of fun. I love this place, and I'm not even a kid. 12 exhibits. Guys, I love this place. Check it out for yourself, the Long Island Children's Museum.
This is News 12 Long Island, as local news gets. Now, the daytime edition.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. The middle of the week, it's Wednesday, the 25th of August. Boy, with weather like this, especially you don't want to see summer go by.
No, this is what our local news station looks like on TV. But at the Long Island Children's Museum's communication station, kids can experience their own production of a News 12 Long Island newscast.
You get on TV and you tell the people what's happening in something or in a sport or something.
And you never know, learning about the news here at the museum could spark the eye of a future news reporter.
What's your favorite part of the museum?
Well, my favorite part of the museum would probably have to be the News 12 studio over there, because I'm always in the studio doing my show and everything, and that just seems like the coolest thing.
So a lot of us find the communication station interesting and fun, but there's so much more to do here. With tons of teaching, learning, building, and playing, the Long Island Children's Museum is an experience for kids of all ages.
This is the first time here with my grandchildren, and I'm enjoying the museum very much. I think it's a very educational place for children, and as long as they come in, and my granddaughter has no patience to sit in one place very long, but I'm sure she gets a lot out of it.
The museum got its start only as an idea in the late 80s from a group of Long Island families. But in 1993, this colorful world of fun began to spark children's brains as they opened their doors. And why do children like it? Well, because it's a museum for them. They can touch anything, play with anything, and most importantly, learn anything.
It's not such a structured learning environment that the kids feel like they're at school. You know, it's something that parents can come here and be reassured that their kids are actually going to get something that's educational and fun and have a great time, and the kids are going to come and just have fun.
At the Children's Museum, you can learn something new or old every time you come. From the toolbox to patterns, everyone has their favorite exhibit.
I guess it's the music part, because you get to see all different cultures and how some instruments work and stuff. It's pretty cool.
The Long Island Children's Museum is located in Garden City. And of course, for more info, you can log on to their website, www.licm.org. And just to prove everyone's a kid at heart, even the director knew her favorite exhibit.
Sandy Island, because, you know, one thing, you know, I love the beach and all, but it allows you to go from looking at something that we see as a huge expanse, like something that's so big, like the beach and the ocean, and take it down to a grain of sand.
So right now I am standing in what I think is my favorite part of the museum, the bubbles area. And why do they call it the bubbles area? Well, that's why, because you can stand in a big bubble and get water dumped on you. When we come back, we're going to be in another museum, the Cradle of Aviation Museum, Island Expedition. We'll be right back. Do not go anywhere. If you take 200 and divide it by a negative number, and then add the number of sides on a stop sign, then how many stars are on the U.S. flag?
Can we say that again?
Okay. If you take, it's an easy question if you think about it. If you take 200 and divide it by a negative number, and then add the number of sides on a stop sign, then how many stars are on the American flag?
Oh, 50.
50, that's right. We couldn't fool him. It was a trick question. Very good. Who is the most recent actor to play James Bond?
James Bond.
No, I'm looking for the name of the actor.
I have no idea.
And he will be on Jeopardy tomorrow, folks. Check it out. No, actually, Pierce Brosnan was the answer. Pierce Brosnan, no. Welcome back to Island Expedition. And let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered how flight actually got started? Well, here at the Cradle of Aviation Museum, you can find out. In fact, it's home to 70 air and spacecrafts, which are all very historic. Let's go inside and take a closer look at the cradle. When you think of flight, you probably think about where you'll be flying on your next vacation. But next time you're on that Boeing 747, why don't you think about this? The earliest form of flight was by a simple hot air balloon in the 1800s, and since then, history has shown us more than just one way to go up, up, and away.
I think if you walk through the 8 separate exhibit galleries and you start with kites, balloons, and gliders in the 1800s, and you wind up walking on the moon and realize that all of the artifacts that you're looking at as you walk through this continuum were designed, built, and flown on Long Island.
So from Garden City, where Lindbergh left, all the way up to outer space, Long Island has been known for their famous flyers. And thanks to the Cradle of Aviation, Long Islanders can learn a little bit more about life in the air.
It really made me appreciate how things started. I guess you don't normally think about it when you get on an airplane, but it's really cool how all the steps that it took to get to where we are now.
And the Cradle of Aviation has been flying high on the island for quite a long time. But the museum hasn't always had this fresh face.
Today's museum is 2 years old. The museum actually goes back to the 70s when some aviation enthusiasts did some restoration of some old airplanes, Curtiss Jenny in the World War I exhibit. That was actually the nucleus of the collection.
The new Cradle of Aviation has it all, from models to the real deal, and so much more. And if you're interested in the flight of tomorrow, you can take a trip to Mars on their very own motion simulator ride. But please be careful, it can get a bit bumpy. I hope nobody at home was eating while we showed you that one. So as you can easily see, all the people involved in the museum made sure to create different and more interesting ways to learn about flight facts.
I thought I knew a lot about flight, but I'm learning a great deal. And it's well done. I love the way they've done it.
We were impressed with the quality of the presentations, how everything was put together and made like real life.
And as a former aviator, Tom Gwynn is very pleased with the current Cradle of Aviation.
What I really enjoy is being able to help bring the thrill of my career to other people and letting them see the progress that has been made through the years in aviation.
You want to learn more about flight? Well, you no longer have to be at that cruising altitude of 30,000 feet. Just come to the Cradle of Aviation Museum. Find out more at www.cradleofaviation.org.
So now you guys have seen the Cradle of Aviation Museum. See, we're not only fun, we're also educational. Now you guys at home know a little bit more about the history of flight. Now we're going to go to another big part of Long Island. It's time to join me as we go to the vineyards. Welcome to the Long Island wine country. Right now we're here at Pindar Vineyards, the largest and one of the most popular wineries here on Long Island. And let me tell you, for a big fan of wine, this place is great. It's a wine connoisseur's heaven.
The Chardonnays are a little lighter than I'm used to, I guess, but they're very tasty.
Not to worry, sir. Pindar Vineyards is Long Island's largest vineyard. If you aren't too pleased with a lighter wine, you're guaranteed to find another you'll love. Blush, red, white, summer, winter, ice, there's almost more wine than grapes. But it wasn't always this big of a business.
Pindar was established in 1979, and we had our first planting here in this first parcel of land called the Krupski piece here in Peconic in 1980. And since then, Pindar has expanded rapidly, and with the acquisition of more land, more plantings, et cetera, over the past 25 years. And so at present, we're up to approximately 425 to 450 acres.
It might have been small back in the 80s, but now it's 2004, and it's not only Islanders that come to pay Pindar a visit. Here's a man paying a visit to Pindar with his girlfriend. They're from Nashville.
She's excited about showing me the benefits of the wineries here on Long Island, and we don't get to try a lot of the wines from other places, so that's why we're here.
Fine wine or the Grand Ole Opry? But this just proves no matter where you're from, Pindar has the wine for you. And the way the wine is created is not so simple.
When the grapes will ripen, these grapes, of course, will ripen. They'll get very luscious and big, and they'll be picked, and they'll be crushed to get the juice out of them. And then the juice will go into those large stainless steel tanks called fermentation tanks. and then fermentation of the wine will begin.
So if you're sitting at home enjoying a glass of your Cabernet Sauvignon, now you know how it's done. And customers seem to be very appreciative of this difficult process.
So far, it's very, very good.
Let's try this one. What is this one?
This is the Vignere.
The Vignere, okay. Okay, tell us what you think. Let's.
Very light, very good.
Hey, have you ever heard of ice wine? Well, it's a refreshing drink that's designed to be drank while chilled. It's still wine, it's still made at Pindar, but the way it's done, it's a bit different.
The grapes are allowed to remain on the vines for a protracted period of time, and then they're picked, and each cluster is selected, and then the cluster is frozen for a couple of months. The freezing actually dehydrates the grapes, and at the end of several months, from the size of a grape, about that size, to the size of a pea, but that size of the pea is so concentrated that you squeeze, you get like one drop, but that one drop is filled with sugar and flavor, etc. And then the ice wine is made that way.
To try out some of the best wines in the world, you don't need to go to France. Just come to Pindar's Tasting Room, located on Long Island's beautiful East End. For more information, log on to www.pindar.net. We've gone from amusement parks to museums all the way to fine wine. But coming up next, something you haven't seen. Long Island way back when. When we come back, we're going to be at a true Long Island pioneer village. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Island Expedition. And we sure have shown you a lot today, but what we haven't shown you is Long Island's history. Now right now I'm here at Old Bethpage Village Restoration with two 19th century style fiddlers, traditional fiddlers. This is Michael and Eric. Now Eric, what type of instrument are you playing?
We're playing on fiddle or violin. This is American made, about 1850, and it's been restored the way it would look and sound about then. There's no chin rest on it. The strings are made out of sheep gut or sheep intestine.
Right.
And the pitch is a little bit lower than modern pitch.
Wow.
And all the instruments used at Old Bethpage Village are from that time period.
Wow, you see that, folks? It's always a blast from the past right here at the Old Bethpage Village Restoration.
Okay, we'll play a tune now that was published in 1839 called The 22nd of February.
All right, let's hear it. Now that was just a small portion of history that's captured here at Old Bethpage Village Restoration. They have everything from war reenactments to Civil War historians dressed as the part.
All Union soldiers wore the same uniform, such as what I'm wearing. This is called a sack coat. These are special trousers that they wore. Everything's made out of 100% wool.
Right.
Boots. Brogans, they're called. You notice they'll have a heel plate on the bottom.
Right, like a horseshoe type
We'd
of thing.
march maybe 15 miles a day. This would help the shoes from wearing out. Wool socks.
But not help the feet from wearing out.
No,
probably.
the feet, these are very, very uncomfortable.
Now at this point, normally I'd tell you a little bit about the history of the village, but here's someone who'd probably tell a better story.
Old Bethpage Village Restoration is a living history museum. What is that? Living History Museum is a place where people can come to learn about the past, how people lived in the past, and the crafts, the activities, the lifestyles of people of the 19th century. We at Old Bethpage Village Restoration moved all of these historic homes here in the 1960s, basically to save them from the Wreckers Ball, from destruction.
And that living history here at Old Bethpage has given visitors a bigger picture of just what Long Island was like before their time. And on occasion, guests can even taste history.
They look disgusting, but they actually taste really good.
What are they?
They call them Chinese beets, and I have no idea why, because if you think about Chinese food, it didn't have beets, and this dressing is sour cream and horseradish. Watch out, Ryan. And they actually are really good.
It's not exactly my first choice of food, but it seems interesting. And another interesting thing is how 19th century Long Islanders made their clothes. And Old Bethpage's weaver, Hope Schweikert, showed us how much effort was put in.
I have 6 treadles, and each one of the warp threads, you see these lengthwise threads are called warp threads, and each one has to pass through this area, the harness area. As it does, it is assigned to one of the 4 harnesses. You see, here is a heddle, right? Whoops, and that's a broken heddle. So I'll have to fix that. But each thread, there are over 700, goes through one heddle on one of the 4 harnesses. This is going to be a tablecloth. And remember, I said that you can only weave as wide as your arm span. Theoretically, we could go as far as the reed here. However, that would mean stepping on a treadle, reaching way over to throw the shuttle through, and then getting over here very fast to catch it before it hits the floor. And that's very tiring and almost impossible to do. Right. So consequently, women, and all the professional weavers, by the way, at that time in the 1800s, were men. They would weave a narrower piece, and they would then join them.
Seeing a place like Old Bethpage Village Restoration really makes you think of how easy people of the 21st century have it. People in Connecticut, come to the village. It's a guaranteed learning experience for all.
It's important for people to know their past, to learn from their past, to, if it's not just Old Bethpage Village Restoration, it's going to your libraries or learning about the past.
So put down that cell phone, stop listening on your MP3 player, and come see what the village has to offer. You can even have a 19th century snack. And the restoration's houses aren't just representations of the past, they are the past.
It's a representation of Long Island architecture, Long Island lifestyle, because all of these buildings have a place on the Long Island landscape. Our tavern is from East Meadow. Our general store is from East Norwich. The home of our fishermen is from Smithtown. The home of the hatter is from Middle Island. The church is from Plainview. The schoolhouse is from Manhasset. So it gives you a whole broad spectrum of what, Long Island life was like.
If you'd like more information on Old Bethpage Village Restoration, you can visit their website, which definitely wasn't around in the 1800s. It's www.oldbethpage.org. And if you want any information on any place we've been today, or on Long Island itself, you can email us at easternexpedition@yahoo.com. Well, that's all the time we have today on Island Expedition. And hey guys, next time you see me, I'm going to be back at Eastern Expedition in Connecticut, my nice podium, with 3 new contestants, a whole new game board, some surprises, and of course, a whole lot of fun. I'm Adam Wurtzel. I will see you next time right here on the Expedition. Bye-bye.